I was going to say, always ready to reggae and roll. Greetings, Frank. An
Greetings, yeah.
honor once again
Yes, likewise.
to be with you, giving thanks for life, because
Mhm.
what there is to do other than praising higher and divine.
Yeah,
That's what we're going to start with today, praise. And praise is, to me, is done in so many, it's so
hmm
simple, so obvious, but we all miss the point of what it is to praise higher and divine and for what purpose.
hmm
Why do you do this? So,
right.
Frank, I'm going to let you start with prayer.
Yes.
Prayer, prayer, prayer. Yeah, I like this.
All right, prayer. There are those who are suggesting that prayer is done in silence. Prayer comes from the term pray, which in turn comes from the term praise. Prayer is nothing but praise of higher and divine. And this praise is done through words and deeds, not silence. Silence is the mark of the insincere. All the devotees of divine in all ages have one thing in common: praise of higher and praise of divine through word, song, and deed. The more continuous this praise is, the closer to divine they are. They are not afraid of praising divine using their mouth and all that divine has given them, and they can and will do it in any situation. They don't need solitude or silence for it, just like a lover doesn't mind expressing his love even in a crowded place.
You know, you were saying something about silence, and maybe, you know what they do? They're all like this and silence,
hmm
silence, and maybe the silence is the mark because you said something about mark. So silence is the mark of the beast.
hmm Yeah,
Another one.
they have to keep the muzzle on all of their
Yeah. Yeah.
slaves, right?
Be silent. Don't speak. Don't. No, 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 no.
Yeah.
So prière in French, we do the French arsen arsenalushi. Arsenalushi 6303. Greetings in the chat.
Yes.
So prière en français. Il y a ceux qui, now I have to switch my brain to French. So, il y a ceux qui suggèrent que la prière doit être faite en silence. Prière vient du terme pray, prier, qui à son tour vient du terme praise, louer. La prière n'est rien d'autre que louange du supérieur du divin. Et cette louange est faite à travers les mots et les actes, pas le silence. Le silence est la marque de l'insincère. Wow, I love this.
Mhm.
Tous ceux dévoués au divin à toutes les époques ont une chose en commun, louange du divin, à travers des mots, des chants et des actes. Plus cette louange est continue, le plus proche du divin ils sont. Ils n'ont pas peur de louer le divin en utilisant leur bouche et tout ce que le divin leur a donné. Et ils peuvent le feront dans toutes les situations. Ils n'ont pas besoin de solitude ou de silence. Pour cela, exactement comme ça ne dérange pas un amoureux d'exprimer son amour, même dans une foule bondée. Yeah, when it comes to praising higher and divine is something that rub people. I don't know, they have issues with praising higher and I don't even think we, even in our muggle default state, even acknowledge that it's something that needs to be done. Like we have to be taught these things. People have to teach you, or life have to humble you for you to learn these
Mhm.
things. But to me today, it's obvious that it's not so much about like I'm just a wave on the ocean. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
if I'm not really in control, I just go with the flow. And
hmm
the divine will bring you that flow. You will become like a wave on the ocean. You're part of the ocean.
Yeah.
So if you know that you are part of the source, why would you not give thanks to the source? Why
Yeah.
would you not express it in speech, in chanting, singing, whatever?
Hmm.
And that's what I tell the guys all the time. When we do music, we have to praise higher and divine.
Yes.
This is the main thing I say. As
Hmm.
long as we spread the positive message, we praise higher and divine in songs, I'm okay with it. Like, it doesn't need to be a truth bomb every song.
Yeah, exactly right.
No, I need some, definitely. But
Uh-huh.
Daniel gave them to me a lot. Daniel gave me a few truth bomb, definitely. But others also. But I mean, it's not about it's about praising Iron Divine and to make others also realize that this is what should be done. So if we non-stop going at it, just like he says here, nothing will stop them. Ils peuvent le faire et le feront dans toutes les situations. They can do it, and they will do it in every situation. That's
Hmm.
the main thing in my life today is praising higher and divine. If I have life, if I am on the earth talking to you right now, it's because something made happen my presence on earth. You know, we're all very unique, very have a very unique purpose, very unique gift and all that stuff, but you have to go dig that stuff. It's not gonna show up in your life from one day to another. Here's your gift presented to you. Now go ahead. No, you have to dig that stuff just like you have to dig the divine within. Like it's
Hmm.
buried under programming, under social construct, and all kinds of stuff that prevents you from even reaching that divine core, that essence, that God essence that you have within you.
Hmm.
We're all God and goddesses. I have no problem saying I'm a God because I am. Not your God, not the God, but I am a God. What I am if I'm not a God or a divine being or a light being or, well, I'm destined to drink Pepsi in front of a TV eating pizza. That's what life is. Come on. So at one point you realize these things. I think it's maybe as you get older, you start realizing a lot more stuff that signify something in this life, like praising Iron Divine, give thanks for
Hmm.
life, and
Yeah.
expressing it in songs and speech. And that's why you see me here on the Truman Show. I think it's very important for me to keep going on that road to Iron Divine. But if I don't acknowledge that there is a creator, that there is a force, certainly very intelligent, and that same intelligence is within me, how do you want me to even link with it? Like,
Hmm.
if you don't acknowledge that there is intelligence in nature also, like when you walk in nature, the trees are looking at you, they hear you, they have little microscopic eyes on the leaf. And but if you don't look at that level of intelligence, how do you ever want to feel your own intelligence and then give thanks for that intelligence? So to me, it's all automatic at one point. Once you start being awake and aware, uh, giving thanks for life and praising higher and divine for all that exists in this earth, for the talk we're having today,
Hmm.
stop thinking that you're all in control also. Like, let Jah or the divine take control
Hmm.
and see what happens. Just go with the ride. Like, stop
Hmm.
resisting. Be spontaneous. Like,
Yeah.
when I come here, I'm spontaneous. I don't have nothing scripted. I woke up today and I said, I'm going on the Truman Show with Frank. That's it. That's all. Like, it's not a thing I have to think. You have to be spontaneous, natural, and
Hmm.
go with the flow. If you're not spontaneous and natural, there's something holding you back. Fear, future, whatever. Like, all this is stuff that you keep yourself bottled in. So release the stuff, the
Hmm.
praise and you're gonna feel a lot better. And
Yeah.
don't be scared about it. Like, what there is to fear but fear itself, honestly.
Hmm.
It's on you, Frank.
Yeah. Connecting on that last line, like P talks about how he's like, when you have to change, or when you start making changes about yourself that, it might be like other people might say something like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Or whatever. And P's like, actually, when you are like working to start to taking care of yourself and starting to do the basics, cleaning up your diet, you're not taking in junk anymore. You're starting to be more conscientious about the choices that you're making. P said the only thing that's going to get hurt is the ego. Ego is the only thing that's going to get hurt, and that's your own false sense of self, or who you are, who you thought you were, or who other people think you are, but inside of the false matrix. So that's the only thing that's actually going to get, nothing is going to actually get hurt when you actually start to clean up your food that you eat, the speech, the things that you talk about, the places where you put your attention. So if it makes more sense for you to stop going to places that are not supporting your well-being, or stop putting yourself around people who aren't supporting your well-being, that's good for you. Not that you have to be a hermit that never sees other people or anything like that, but the more that we start to work on actually taking control of the places that we choose to put ourselves in, the things that we decide to put in our body, the things that we decide to speak out from ourself, and things like that, it's all positive, when we can start to control that in a more disciplined and functional manner. But anyways, getting over to this P-log prayer, this concept, idea, this action of praise is it's a unique and sacred opportunity that we have the opportunity to be able to use our speech that way. One of the things that P talks about is speech discipline, and actually being disciplined with our speech. And so in terms of just our everyday speak, trying to be more factual and not using our speech for speculation or negative talk, or just spitting out curses and things like that, in which verbal diarrhea. When you're just, if you just want to engage in the mumbo jumbo, all the, the false narrative of everything that's going on, well, what good is that doing? That's just perpetuating, the low vibrations, perpetuating the confusion, all this kind of stuff. And so, like P talks about, because everything that P presents has its root and its foundation in the Vedic scriptures, the Vedic literature from old. And so, like P says, all devotees of divine in all ages have one thing in common: praise of divine through word, song, or deed. Right? So we can work to be of service. We can work to speak out. And praise is a really simple thing. It's really natural. It's really just expressing like the positive attributes and qualities that we notice about, whether it's about the elements, like the fresh air that we get to take. We get that breath of life every day. And you get that breeze that comes on you every once in a while. You're just like, oh, wow, that, like, where did that come from? Or even just when you see it like dance across the treetops, and it's just a magical moment. And you're like, wow, that's really amazing. I'm grateful for the air, the wind, and in the ancient Vedic scriptures, the Rig Veda, I think in particular, I mean, that particular scripture is all about hymns and praises to the elements and their energies. We receive their energies every single day. We're breathing this breath of life. We get to drink the water of life. It quenches us, it cleanses us, it cools us down. That fire that is inside of us that digests our food and assimilates it and brings it to different places of our body, or the fire that creates light so that we can see. Because there's so many things that are actually practical and physical, but they also work in terms of a metaphor or symbolic and meaningful too at the same time.
I like what you said, but also, we're not in control really of what's going on inside. Like you said, you drink water and it goes through your body,
Yeah.
but you don't dictate or command the water where to go in what cells and your heartbeat or your breath when you sleep. Or so if you're not in control of what's going on inside, why would you be in control of what's going on outside? Why you want to take so much control of what's going on outside?
Right.
Maybe you should let the divine take control of your life.
Exactly.
Just go with the flow. Be spontaneous, natural. Be present in the moment.
Yes.
That's it. That's all.
Exactly.
Like you're not in control,
No.
but you think you are. So you want to.
We have a certain amount of free will, so we can make choices. We can take actions.
Choices.
That is what we are in control of, right? Because P references this in different P logs. It's like, what do we have in our hands? What is in your hands? What is in my hands? Each being, what is in your hands? It's your actions. And it's how you control your body. And so speech is an action. What are the things you're going to speak? Are you going to speak things that are going to be positive, uplifting? And even that this practice of praise, it actually it's scientifically like this mantric repetition. It is like actually like a scientific thing. You can actually change yourself positively by programming yourself with positive speech. There's so many different things that they're talking about with affirmations and these different ways of speaking. And if we can actually direct our speech in a sensible, positive, realistic manner, and then our actions are more likely to follow through, to be positive, to be uplifting, to be supportive of well-being.
You know what I would even say? It could potentially prevent a heart attack.
Yes. Exactly.
Like, you got to keep yourself healthy too.
Yeah,
like you're not going to be stressed and anxious and all these things that causes heart disease and disease inside and whatever disease. You're not at ease. So, just release the stress.
Yeah.
Give thanks.
Because life, is always fluctuating. There's different things that we experience. There's always, day comes and then night comes and then the seasons come and they change too. And then the situations that we find ourselves in, they also fluctuate, like whether you're working this job or you're around these people or there's something with family or this or that, and so sometimes those situations we find ourselves in are more easy and enjoyable. And sometimes they're a little bit more difficult. They can be more stressful. They can be, not as easy to experience. So this practice of praise and working to center ourselves and coming back to the center and things like that is it's a strategy for how can we stay focused on doing the right thing and not get caught up or sucked into something that can be like mentally pulling us down and have this heavy weight. It's certainly it's like a cure, a remedy for depression, anxiety, all these things.
Miracle cure.
Yes, and it's as simple as just P has a little lyric that he says in one of his songs. He says, "It's simple if you know how." So it's this practice of praise and using your speech. It is so simple, but if you don't know the power of it and actually how it can affect you, then you can be searching and never be able to find it,
It's so simple. So to be aware and awake and all that stuff, and it's so simple, so natural. It's nothing extravagant. It's nothing to freak about. You're just here in the moment, aware of your presence. And what this presence involve. So, definitely. And you were saying about Vedic. In French, we have a word. It's véridique. Véridique. You have Vedic in there. Vedic, véridique. But véridique is vérité, is truth.
Yeah, it's like verify.
Yeah, véridique means it's true.
Right.
It's véridique. Quelque chose qui est véridique is something true, something real.
Mm-hmm.
So you have it even in the word. Là.
Yeah.
So yeah, Vedic always attracted me that knowledge, that ancient knowledge, because it sounds véridique.
Yeah. Right.
And no matter how much you were talking about detoxifying and stuff and food and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and honestly, uh, no matter the amount of body detoxification you do, or whatever green juice you drink, or whatever freaking cure you're going into, until you detoxify your brain, your toxic thoughts,
Mm-hmm.
you ain't going nowhere. So detoxify this, very, very important. And then you can easily do all the rest that comes to you. Like you're not going to be toxic. So you're not going to be resistant to the good vibes. If you're
Yeah.
toxic, often if you're often very toxic, very negative, that's what you will attract.
Mm-hmm.
Negativity. So it goes end and end. But yeah.
Yeah.
And the surrendering, we surrender, but to evil, the evil forces, evil stuff. So the surrender is there, but you need to surrender to higher and divine. Like I said, why do you want to take so much control? You can control your action, your positive action,
Mm-hmm.
but the outcome, you're not going to be in control of this.
Yeah.
And you're in control of the action in the moment, but the whole thing I'm doing here, the outcome of this, it's more to higher and divine to orchestrate everything. I think that a lot. That
Yeah.
people will come into my life because of my vibe and stuff. Your vibe attract your tribe,
Mm-hmm.
definitely. But if you don't vibe, you will attract freaking nothing.
Yeah.
So you
Right.
need to bring up those vibrations, definitely. And that's a good way to start doing this on a basic level is giving thanks for life and praising
Mm-hmm.
higher and divine. That is it. And
Yeah.
the rest will come added on to you. Just give thanks for life. Notice your presence, what you can do in this moment right here, because that's all there is the now. Once you realize that all there is the now, why would you be afraid? You're
Yeah.
in the now.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's why people, when they get sick, they get surprised or they wonder why it happened to them or stuff. But you're always in the now. So if you don't take care of yourself now, there will be consequences later. But if you take care of yourself in every facet, even the thoughts, everything, and the thoughts goes with giving thanks and praise. Because do you think I think of all the time? Do you think I think of negativity? No. If I'm gonna engage into something that is maybe more of a lower vibration, I flip the script. And then I
Mm-hmm.
give thanks for life. I'm so happy to be alive. Even if the situation at end is not A1, I give thanks for it. You
Right.
find positivity in everything because everything is positive.
Mm-hmm.
Why would there be something negative with being alive? So,
Yeah. And what's cool too, everybody won't really uh, go there and seek these things, but when you look at some of those old Vedic scriptures, there will be like these stories in which there is what seems like an immense challenge, tragedy, something crazy is happening, but then the way that divine works, it flips it into this like blessing, and it's like because of that, this is now a thing, you know. So
accessible. That's
it's
it.
and you could never know because divine is operating through such a more like magical order than that, you know. And that's how you see things happen in your life too. You start putting yourself toward, you know, positive and divine. You start putting it toward nature. You start putting your energy toward divine. Things start happening in your life that you could have never seen
Look,
coming, you know.
start opening up, and the stuff that's going to happen in your life is going to be beyond your wildest dream.
Hmm.
Beyond it. Like, there's stuff anyway. Me that is my experience.
Hmm.
I started to open up and going out and network and stuff, and the things that have happened is beyond my wildest dreams. Do you think I would have thought 5 years ago, 10 years ago, make that much music and connected with that many great people like you? Come on, this is freaking blessing, d'aplomb, very serious. D'aplomb, I say d'aplomb because it's a French word.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very big blessing to just to be here, man.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, to realize that I'm in the moment and I'm doing something with it is yeah. So the next one will be the will not praise the higher code.
Yes. I like how he puts it all as one word.
Yeah, it's all in one word, eh?
They will not praise the higher code.
The will not praise the higher code, one word. Okay.
Some operate by that code. So we'll hear what P has to say about it. They will not praise the higher code. There are those who get very anxious / defensive at the mere mention of the fact that God, divine, and higher has to be praised. They say praise is unnecessary and life can be lived without it, when the truth is that even in their own life, they're always praising either others like themselves, their own self, or those lower than themselves. Majority of this world has no problems encouraging those that don't threaten their ego, their own ego. In simpler words, what they know to be nothing really beyond them. It only comes, it's only when it comes to praising the real, higher, and divine that questions are raised and feelings like jealousy enter the fray. In their foolish ignorance, they say, why would higher need the praise? Well, it doesn't. It is they who need to do the raise, the praise, to raise themselves out of the blissful hell they have put themselves in through not doing it.
Yeah, because when you praise higher and divine, you're also praising your own inner divine self to raise your vibration. Like, that's a bit how I see it. Yeah, you praise higher and divine, but it's not necessarily because you praise a being up above on the cloud. Là. Like, you praise the higher and divine within to come out. Also, anyway, let me read the French part. I got so much to say to them. I feel very inspired today. Yeah, as always. Le « je ne louerai pas le code supérieur », tout en un mot. Il y a ceux qui deviennent très anxieux et défensifs à la simple mention du fait que Dieu, le divin, le supérieur, doit être loué. Oh yeah, they get very, very defensive, very anxious, they get weird feelings. Like, is that? So, ils disent que les louanges ne sont pas nécessaires et la vie peut être vécue sans que la vérité est que, même dans leur propre vie, ils louent toujours, soit les autres comme eux, soit eux-mêmes, ou soit ceux inférieurs à eux. La majorité de ce monde n'a pas de problème à encourager ceux qui ne menacent pas leur propre ego, dans des mots plus simples. Ceux qu'ils savent ne se trouvant pas vraiment au-delà d'eux-mêmes. C'est seulement quand il s'agit de louer le supérieur et divin que des questions sont soulevées et des sentiments comme la jalousie entrent en jeu. Dans leur ignorance stupide, ils disent pourquoi le supérieur aurait besoin de louanges. Il n'en a pas besoin. Ce sont eux qui ont besoin de faire les louanges pour s'élever hors de l'enfer sans béatitude dans lequel ils se sont mis et ne les faisant pas. So the praise is not necessarily for God or the divine or someone hearing you up above. He's hearing you from within. And if you have the divine within, that divine essence, and you keep praising that divine essence, it will come out like in unexpected ways very often. because you have never opened up, you have never give thanks, you've been a muggle on default state all your life. So you don't even really know what it involves, but once you start going at it and just waking up the divine within, everything will be crystal clear at one point. I think it's inevitable for anyone. It's a natural thing. First of all, it is natural. It's not something that is very unnatural. It's natural. So you just resist it, and as long as you're gonna be resisting the what you have to do here, because that's what we have to do. Wake up, and I don't know. It's not so much the little things that you're gonna do here and there. It's we're looking at the big picture here. So hold on, I think there's.
Yeah, will not praise the higher code. There's so many people who operate this way, and
Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, all good.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So they think that it's something that is not necessary to be done, but once you wake up a bit and you realize that this is the way of life, you're gonna start making change, and those changes also will come very easily. Like I said, naturally. So
Yeah.
give thanks for life and just keep that positive vibe, keep that energy flowing, that positivity, that truth, that the true you. That's what the world wants to know, to see. It's not something fake. We don't like. I don't like nothing fake. I like genuity, someone genuine, someone that is, you know. So yeah, all this would come by praising the higher and divine within, like as within, so without. If you don't praise the divine within, very good chance no one hears you. But if you praise it within, and you are all like, this is not something I can bring on a plate to smell, touch, and feel, but we're all like linked to that source. I feel it. I feel it deeply. So maybe that comes also by praising higher and divine. You're gonna feel that link to higher and divine. I don't like to use connection so much, so I'm trying not to use the word connection here.
Yeah.
You're gonna feel the link to higher and divine very, very clear. Everything will become clear. And I'm sure a lot of people, oh, I think I'm freezing. Yeah, a lot of people will know what I'm saying here, because once you experience it, like we all have, once you experience the divine within, there's nothing better feeling than
Oh
this in
yeah.
life. Like the, now you just uncover what has been covered within you, and you're uncovering the beauty and the truth, and like it's magical, man. It's magical. It's mystical. It's magical. That's where all the beauty and the magic happen to. But
Yeah.
you gotta go at it. You gotta do it. I can do it for you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing it. That's what I think is worth doing in this lifetime.
Yeah.
If we all do it, also maybe we'll have a better outcome on the outside. Collectively,
Definitely.
definitely. So yeah.
Yeah. This it's interesting because so many people might take what would be a practice that could be for self-improvement, but then they put their own kind of messed up spin on it, and they're like,
Yeah.
well, they're I'm just trying to get to this point that, so P says this thing, right, where he's like, they say praise is unnecessary. Hang on, where are we getting to it? it's actually them. Where does they say it? It's only when they say where
to move out of hell or something, he said.
Yeah. The thing is, like, the reason that you speak praise is that you actually start to, and the way that P talks about, the way you do work on your praise practices, you use your perception, right? You use what you can experience, identify through your own senses, and you speak something that you notice and that you observe is good. Just like P says, people might be against this concept or the idea of praise, but at the same time, we're always praising something. If you like something, it's very simple to say something good about it, and I just want to find this.
Maybe that's why the word praise, pray, you can also become a prey.
Exactly.
So it's maybe that's why pray is written with the E and pray with the A.
Right.
Pray, I don't know. There's something always it's a hidden code, the word.
Exactly. Okay, this is it. They say praise is unnecessary and life can be lived without it, when the truth is that even in their own life, they're always praising something. Either others like themselves, their own self, or those lower than themselves. Majority of this world has no problems encouraging those that don't threaten their own ego. In simpler words, what they know to be really nothing really beyond them. When it comes to praising the real, higher, and divine, this questions are raised. Feelings like jealousy enter the fray, and they're foolish. Okay, this is what it is. I had to read all the way through because I wanted to find this part again. In their foolish ignorance, they say, why would the higher need praise? The higher doesn't need praise. The higher is fine existing on its own.
That's it.
It is they who need to do the praise to raise themselves out of the blissless hell. So when we can see something that is more intelligent, when we can see that something that is more harmonious, when we can see something that is more connected to divine, then we can speak that out. Because when we start actually identifying it and identifying the small facets of it, then it helps us to embody that ourselves. We can actually be like, oh, look, it's like this, or look, it's like this. And then when we, our own selves, are living our lives, we can start to integrate, how would that look like for me if I want to be like that? How would it look like for me if I want to make a choice that's actually going to be more centered for my well-being? And another point too that I wanted to kind of connect on with this praise bit is so the Vedic science has these practices, these techniques of mantric repetitions, and it's very well known in like Vedic astrology that if you have a problem somewhere in your chart, and we won't get into this too much because this is kind of beyond the scope of what many people can really speak on accurately, but what they have these things called remedial kind of things. So if you have a problem somewhere, then you could do a mantra to a certain planet, and then you start to imbibe those qualities more, and then it helps you overcome that problem that you might have. You might have a problem with, like being able to stand up for yourself, and defend yourself. You might just be too let people kind of like walk all over you and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so you might need
you or stuff.
So you might need to strengthen maybe your Mars, your ability to stand up for what's right and defend yourself, and not in a way where you're being overly aggressive unnecessarily, but like when it comes time to actually, you're going to stand in your righteousness, you're going to stand in your power, then you can actually use that direct, that willpower to be like, no, this is what's right, and I'm going to have certainty and truth to stand behind that.
But integrity, and that's what most of us break. We break our integrity a lot.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Remain in your integrity and protect your vibe and stuff. Definitely.
Exactly. So a lot of times people just put their own, misconstrued, I don't know if that's the right word, but their own warped sense of self into these kind of things where it's like, oh, you can't praise. Praise is unnecessary, or it's like P says, they say life can be lived without it. But at the same time, just recognize what it actually is. It's just
Okay, yeah, life in hell. Yes, a life in hell. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, life can be lived without it. No problem. You'll live in the hell. You'll
Yeah.
burn in the hell too. Trust me, you're gonna burn big time.
See how much fun that is. It's not.
See how much fun that is.
Yeah.
Just try. Just try.
Exactly. So the simple part of
But you
the
don't need to try. We do it on the default state. So
yeah. The simple part of having a praise practice is really you're able to start to identify positive qualities and ones, and the more that you are able to see what that is and speak it out, you actually start to become that more. You actually start to become more connected with nature. And by becoming more connected with nature, you become more intelligent, and you become more connected to the divine fractal that is operating and orchestrating everything. And so you can become more in alignment with what is your own purpose, in which everyone's purpose is to evolve themselves. But like, how can you as an individual take actions that's going to be of your own energy, of your own person, but your unique way to be of service, because everyone's praises might be similar, but they're going to be unique unto their own perception and stuff like that.
how do you want things to fall in place if you're misaligned? If you're
Yeah.
not aligned? Because that's where it starts. That's where it starts to happen. Once you align. And once you align, things falls, you're aligned, you're gonna catch it. If you're going all over the place, you can't catch the stuff that's coming to you. So yeah, alignment, Frank.
Yeah, it can be. It's like when you land a trick, or when somebody makes the free throw, that's because they've been working on getting like locked in, and like, how do I do this? How do I operate my body in the way that I can achieve this thing? And so what is this bigger goal that we're going for? We're working on we're improving the self, becoming a better person, becoming more in line with divine. So there's a way that we can learn how to practice using the body that's going to give us better behavior. It's going to make us more in touch with nature, so we can actually use our senses to know what we need to do at any time. That's what's great about learning about the body basics and this praise kind of practice, because like P says in other vlogs too, like, what is the correct action to do at any time? And that is praising higher and divine, and we're going to be of service to higher and divine, because it is the source of everything. How could you not want to do that?
Yeah, and to reach your goal, you have to be aligned. Like I'm just thinking in my head of a hockey game.
Yeah.
Connor McDavid, I saw him shoot the puck the other day, man. It's freaking amazing, that kid. Like he skates, man. It's terrible. But if you want to shoot inside the goal, you need to align. If the puck goes like this, and then you're gonna miss the goal, or the goalie will stop it. But if it's aligned, and basketball is the same, baseball, bring it on. All the sports, almost soccer, which is called football for some. If the ball is not aligned, will not go in. So you have to be aligned to reach your goal.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
Anyway, very crystal clear. The next one is emphatic repetition. Is that it in English?
Emphatic. Yeah.
Okay. Emphatic. Répétition emphatique. Emphatic. I think it's the first time I see that word, even in French. Emphatique.
Yeah. I mean, you're just like, it's something you're just like about it. You're just like again and again and again. And it's like, if you're emphatic about something, yeah, it's like,
Emphatic? Oh, yeah. I think it's the first time, even in French.
yeah.
I don't recall hearing. I remember emphatic. Emphatic. And PH in French is same thing. It's pronounced like a F. Emphatic.
Right.
Emphatic. Yeah, it's emphatic.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll research on it. Sorry, it just came to me.
Oh, yeah. No, it's good.
So repetition, emphatic repetition?
Yeah. Emphatic.
Okay. Emphatic emphases make important. Oh, Tia. Greetings, Tia. Always a pleasure.
Yes.
To see you here. So emphatic. Emphasize, make important. Okay.
Yeah, make important, right?
Cool.
All right.
So
emphatic.
important repetition. That's what he's saying. Okay.
Yeah, and something that like you are making a decision to make it important for yourself. That means you're going to do it again and again. You're going to emphasize it.
Okay. Right? Perfect.
Yeah. Emphatic repetition. Everyone can perceive at least one of the unlimited, exalted qualities of divine's manifestations within this 3D matrix, and that is enough for evolution. All that is required is emphatic verbal repetition of this perception, rising above self's inherent laziness. Speech is the starting point. The body follows. Mind after that, soul.
Ooh, just watch it follows. It's because I think when I laugh. So yeah. So répétition emphatique. Le monde peut percevoir au moins une des qualités exaltées illimitées des manifestations divines dans cette matrice 3D. Et c'est assez pour l'évolution. Tout ce qui est requis est une répétition verbale emphatique de cette perception qui s'élève au-dessus de la fainéantise inhérente du soi. Je pense fainéant, ça vient du mot fainéant, like lazy. That's what he's saying there?
Yeah.
OK, so that's it. Qui s'élève au-dessus de la fainéantise inhérente du soi. So, fainéant, en français, c'est lazy, someone that drags their feet all the time. So, le speech est le point de départ, le corps suit, l'esprit après cela est l'âme. L'âme, la mort. Tu sais, en français, in French, we say la mort. Okay? What does it sound like? La mort. L'âme mort. That's what he's saying, soul. L'âme est mort. Ton âme est morte. Your soul is dead.
Yeah, I'm all
This is the dead. This is the dead. So, anyway, la mort. Yeah. You want to experience death? Make sure your soul stays dead, and you'll experience death. Because death is not when you go in the ground or when your body stops functioning or something. I don't know. At one point, I will expire, apparently. And I will go into somewhere else. Or maybe, I don't know. I don't even know about that. I'm not there. But
right.
Anyway, one day, apparently, I will expire. So better do something before that. But definitely, I don't know where I was going to go with this. I kind of forgot my idea. Anyway, the repetition is a must, definitely. And it's something very important. And just watch the waves follow. It's like the speech is like a wave on the ocean, and it's nonstop, and it just has a ripple effect too, like a wave. So if you align your speech towards something that matters, something important, like praising iron divine, so you can get out of burning in hell, like you think God gives a shit about your praise? Like, seriously? He has 1 billion of us to manage and to orchestrate everything here. So the praise is for you. It's for you to link up with that divine presence within you. But I don't think God really cares about us going in anywhere. It's up to you. You have to make it happen, because all happen within you. If you're not here to experience the world doesn't even exist. Like, if I'm not here looking through my eyes to experience the world, none of this exists. I'm not there to witness it. So we're here to witness the world and do something with
Yeah.
our life that is. Me, I just say positive and praise iron divine within you, outside, and all this, like he said, just start speaking it and just go for a ride. Just go for a ride with Iron Divine, and
Hmm.
you're gonna see where it's gonna bring you. But you're not in control of the ride. That's the thing. You
Yeah.
can maybe say, "Oh, I want to stop here, take a break." You might,
Right.
but
Right.
the divine will take control and take you on the ride of your life, the ride of your life. No, that's what it is here for me.
Hmm.
And it was a long ride because also you will evolve into this. You will not stay stagnant. You will evolve and change your perspective, your stuff. So yeah, definitely, it's important to repeat the praise to Iron Divine. Yeah, and the
Exactly.
more you do it, the more you will align. The more you will be firm. Also, the firmament is within you too. It's
Mhm.
a firm mind. The firmament is, you can look above for a firmament and stars and all
Hmm.
the cosmos, and but all this is within you. So
Yeah.
if you look for a God outside, maybe the God is inside. Like maybe dig a bit, keep digging. You're not gonna get there from one day to another, but if you keep digging, you will find something. It's same like
Yeah.
if you keep digging inside the earth, you will find something. Sometimes very precious metals or
Hmm.
other. I haven't really dig
Jules.
inside the bed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure, you can. Look, I've seen stuff. People dig and find stuff, but there's only so much deep. There's a limit to what you can go down to. I think I
Hmm.
don't know. I heard the numbers, but often the numbers are fake, so we can't really
Right.
relate to this. But yeah, definitely, Frank. Tell me about your emphatic,
Yes.
emphatic.
Emphatic repetition. Yeah. This is one of the key points of like Vedic spiritual practice. And like P explains what like he talks about things, right? We've heard him say things like actions have consequences, and so he explains in the last lines of this P-log, like if you actually keep doing emphatic repetition of your praise to higher and divine, all right, it starts with speech. So you're saying the thing and it's going again and again. So the more you say, the more that you're programming your consciousness, your atmic self to you're lining it up with the divine. You're lining it up with nature. So then when you're saying it, you say it again and again, and then your body starts to actually do the things that are in alignment with what you're saying, with what, like, I want well-being for myself. I want to be humble to higher and divine. I want to work for my evolution. And you start saying these kind of things again and again and again. Then you actually start doing them. And it becomes more of a natural. You don't have to try so much. It becomes your life. It becomes how you think, how you
You become
operate.
it. You
You
become it.
become it. Exactly. So like Pete says, speech is the starting point. The body follows. So you start working to take care of yourself. You start working to be of service to higher and divine. The mind follows. So everything starts to calm and become more peaceful. You
Yeah.
can actually see things more clearly. And then so the more that you work on this, and then he says soul ... So if you keep doing this, then the soul is ready to be charged and go to somewhere with more freedom, with more bliss, with more, like, that's what they talk about with higher realms and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
and we have to do it, and like you said, we have to do it without expectation. We can be on this ride with divine. Maybe we can say, I want to stop here and there,
Take a
but
break.
at the same time, there's so many other factors of what's going on in the world. We can't expect, you're not in control. You don't know how your life's going to unfold, but with these type of guidelines, as far as what are you supposed to do, what to do, you're set for the rest of your life.
And it's easily provable. You're not in control. Do you know when you're gonna die?
Do you beat your own heart?
Do you beat your own heart here? Do you do your own blood circulation?
Right.
Have I missed something here? Because I don't know when I'm going to die. So I'm not in control.
Right. I love it. It was one time
Knowing that is big.
It is. I remember one time you asked P, you were like, man, people always think that they just know everything's the weather's gonna be like this tomorrow and this and that. And he's like, yeah, but do you know when your heart's gonna stop? You can't. You don't know when that's gonna happen.
No.
Divine's in control of that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. And that's why we say want your well-being. No one that gets up early in the day and say, I want my well-being, will engage into stuff that is not supportive of their well-being. Like, you will often go for a walk in nature instead of watching TV.
Yeah.
Like, go for walks. Try to hear yourself instead of hearing other people's voice on TV or internet. Or no, I'm saying that, but I'm speaking to you. But us, we come with positivity and good vibes, just good vibes.
Yeah.
That's it. And sometimes on the news and on TV, it's very negative. So I stay far from that. I go on the Truman Show.
Right. And one other thing too, just coming back up to this earlier part of the people, because I started with the end of it. He says, everyone can perceive at least one of the unlimited exalted qualities of divine's manifestations within this 3D matrix. And having perceived that and being able to speak it out, that's enough for evolution. All that is required is emphatic repetition of this perception to rise above, your own dormant sleeping state. That's part of, like, when you start to speak out those things, that is this. Wake up. And you can look up in the sky and see that sun shining down on you and say, oh, gratitude to the sun for this warmth that I receive from you. I can see the world because of this light that you shine. And the sun has, like, this is what they talk about in some of those Vedic texts. Like, the sun has this thing where it's like, it shines on everyone equally. Like, no matter who they are or how they are, I'm still going to give you the same light, because that radiance is, it doesn't hold its light back from people, it's always going to be shining. Or you could look up and see the moon and you can see how it's like, it changes, and so it helps us to see, all right, we need to be adaptable. We need to be able to adjust and change in life. And we can say, I'm grateful for the moon and just being able to observe, like, how nature works and flows. It can actually help us to, and I'm just saying these as small examples, right? Of, like, the sun is consistent. It's here every day, day in, day out. You can count on it. You can count on that sun to be there, it's reliable. And so, just like having these are just small observations that are actually praises because they're true.
So simple.
They're true. They're real.
Yeah. It's simple and natural, but we're way too busy for that, bro. Way too busy in our thoughts and our life so often we don't even take time to acknowledge that even that the sun is moving in the sky, like, completely blind to it. No, you must be spinning. You spin too much in your head. That's why the thoughts are spinning too much. That's what they say when the earth is spinning, is because the thoughts are spinning too much. So stop the spin of the earth that's in your head. Even that is in your head. It's all within you, but they want you to look outside of you. So the earth spins and we're lost in the frenetic speed chasing through galaxies, through stupid nonsense space. But it's all within, because we're all freaking lost at sea or lost in the desert space. I don't know, but anyway, we're finding our way finally. Finally, by praising Iron Divine more and more. So you want to do another one, Frank? You have
I'll probably save it for the next one because I have some work things to get ready for.
Perfect. We can. It's a wrap. It's official. It's a wrap.
We'll start back with the most natural thing.
La chose la plus naturelle. And that's what it is. It is. I think that's what he's saying in it. That
Yeah.
yeah, it is the thing, the most natural thing you can do is praise Iron Divine. And that's first of all. I think it become a bit strange also for people to do that and to hear about that because they have never acknowledged the divine within. Like
Mhm.
in this world, they want you to acknowledge the divine outside, like a
Right.
god somewhere or some
Mhm.
religion come and tell you that this and that. But once you capable to acknowledge that there is divine within, it becomes natural. Like, why would you not uh, give praise to your own self, to your own divine self, so that you emerge from the ashes, or because you're burning in hell right now. We're all burning in hell, and like on a level that is inimaginable. Not even that's why we don't even look at this because it's so frightening to see our own self burn in hell that we don't even look. But once
Mhm.
you start seeing it, you cannot stay there. So then the praise for Iron Divine comes in play, and
Yeah.
it is really that. It's a play, it's a game, it's a game. Like PT even says it. The divine comes down to play with those who are willing to play.
Yeah.
You're gonna play a character. That's why Truman and this and that. But I'm able to withdraw from this at any time and go on my bike and have fun in nature and stuff. I'm not glued to the Truman stuff. Like
Right.
it's a
Right.
character. But I come here to play with Iron Divine, just like you. Just
Hmm.
anyone that wants to that recognize that divinity will want to express it
Yeah.
like in songs. And so and it's why it's easy also to get together at that level because we're all seeking the same stuff. We're not into jealousy, envy, and no, we're all wants to support each other. That's why you do all that music, and it's a gift for the world that in the first place. But I do it for me. It's a gift to God, a gift to Jah, a gift
Mhm.
to the divine.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to bring the maximum people to evolve in their divinity. So yeah, and stop burning in hell. That's the point.
Yes.
So okay, Frank, we're out. You said you had to do something. So I keep on and on.
Yeah.
But
Just some of the work things. Yeah.
yeah, that's it. We will see each other next Moon Day again. Until
That's it.
then, stay up and in with life. And I know life can be very challenging at times. There's a lot of stuff happening all the time.
Oh my
But
gosh.
keep
Yes.
praising Iron Divine, and
Work on that
yeah,
praise.
that's that should be the main focus, and all the rest will just align and fall into place. So
Yeah.
do it, just do it.
Do the
We're
do.
out. See ya. Boop.
Peace.
Do the do. Our job.